How in the world do you actually buy a house this spring 2020 without going homeless? In this video, we are going to go over step by step how to buy a house complying with the stay-at-home orders and minimizing any potential spread of the COVID-19 virus. Historically, spring has always been the #1 season when people move homes. And so COVID-19 kind of came out of nowhere and completely threw a lot of people off track from their spring plans of moving or putting their homes up for sale. The state of emergency that our president declared on March 13th kind of threw a lot of us by surprise. And so I know some of my clients are calling me and they're like, am I gonna have to live in my car? And I'm like, wait, no one's living in their car. We're gonna figure this out together. So immediately after the state of emergency was declared and a lot of local and state governments started taking actions with stay-at-home orders, our multiple listing service, so the Kansas City Regional Association of Realtors, actually took immediate action and started implementing ways how we can safely from our home look at homes and find the right home, do virtual showings unless it's actually deemed necessary to go visit a home. We've implemented those actions from the get-go. So right now we're going to go over the step-by-step of what that process looks like as compared to before we were facing this pandemic. The first step that we would take is have a virtual discovery call. So we would get together on a Zoom call or FaceTime or even just a regular phone call and really go deep into your home needs and wants. So we will go really deep, as in measurements, room sizes, exactly what your purpose would be for each room. We would even go as far as, do you need a specific brand name for appliances? And when we go deep and understand exactly what you're looking for and what neighborhood, the type of homes, then we would look through all the homes available for sale, and the ones that we will narrow it down to one or two that you're like, okay, one of these houses I'm going to be putting an offer in. The only people who are actually permitted to go see the house are the people who are actually signing the documents. So if you have children, they must stay in the car or at home, find a babysitter, because the only people allowed in the home are the people who are actually signing. So our multiple listing service actually implemented where a home can remain active on the multiple listing service as long as they have a video walkthrough. So one thing that you can do is look at the pictures and look at the video. And a lot of times we'll find that once we start looking at the video that, this house floor plan just is not for your family. So it really narrows down the homes that you would actually even want to see in person. So once we have narrowed down and it's just that one house, it's your perfect house in the perfect neighborhood, then we are going to schedule a showing if the owner is permitting it, and we're gonna walk through it. What we're doing is we're wiping down all the doorknobs, the light switches before you arrive, and we're wearing gloves. Everybody's wearing gloves who's coming into the home. And we're taking all the necessary social distancing precautions, personal hygiene precautions, looking at the home, and once we have deemed that, yes, this is the one, then we are writing an offer. Now, we're doing pretty much everything virtual unless we're needed to be together in person. So pretty much during this whole entire process, the only time we're actually going to be together is at the showing of the house, that one house that fits your criteria, and the next time that you would actually be seeing anyone in person would be on closing day to sign the documents. Now I'm kind of jumping ahead. So once we write the offer, we are going to submit the offer electronically, virtually. And once the seller accepts your offer, then you have a 10-day inspection period. Now, this doesn't change. And so from before this pandemic. Now, so you have 10 days to do inspections. And unlike previously, during this time, only the inspector will be at the home doing the inspections, taking all the necessary precautions to minimize any exposure. And then also the appraiser will be taking all necessary precautions to minimize any exposure. And then finally, once we have all the loan documents completed, all the inspections, it should take about 30 to 45 days. And honestly, at the rate as everything has been moving, we really will probably have to push this a little bit further out. And finally, on closing day, you will have a bunch of documents that you would sign virtually. And then there would be a couple of documents, the ones that are absolutely necessary, need to be notarized. Those are the ones you're going to sign with your closer, title rep, whoever it may be, your notary, in person. So those are the steps that we would have to take so you could actually see the house in person if needed, and how you would go about buying this house. Pretty much everything has went virtual except anything that is deemed absolutely necessary. And so as you can see, those precautions will have to be taken to actually purchase a home. And yet you can actually purchase a home and you will not have to end up living in your car. Here in Kansas City, we're on a state line. So there's Kansas and Missouri governing bodies when it comes to all of the regulations and everything. So we're staying so up to date every single day, dialing in, figuring out what has changed, because I don't know about you all, but I feel like every day there's something new. And so we're staying current with what's going on every single day, how this is going to work, how to make sure that this transaction is smooth, hassle-free for you, and really for us too, for everyone involved. There's a lot of moving parts in real estate, and you know, we all have to work together to make sure that this is attainable for you. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. I hope this gave you some clarity and comfort in your plans of moving this spring if it's deemed essential.